The Super Media Bros podcast is a founding member of the OddPods Media Network. Christmas about to get wrecked, y'all. It sounds like both of these motherfuckers could have used the McAllister home security system. If you haven't listened to our Home Sweet Home Alone review or seen the movie, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. Welcome to episode 202 of the Super Media Bros podcast, Santa Media Bros 2021. I'm Midnight Agent Raw, and apparently Special Delivery Dev is still a little bit salty from the Home Sweet Home Alone review. And he actually made good on his promise. He was just like, I'm going to be here, but I'm going to give you the silent treatment. I thought I had him. We did the Rise of the Scarecrows review, and he stuck around for that, but I think in combination of him being salty with me over the Home Sweet Home Alone review and also his job, he's going to be sitting this one out this week. So I've decided to borrow a page from a couple of podcasts that I'm pretty good friends with. One of them being Married with Television, which is part of our OddPods Media family, and the other being The Untrained Eye. Now, those two are both hosted by married couples. So this week, I'm going to present to everybody, for the first time on this podcast, my partner in crime, Puck, a.k.a. Alex, a.k.a. Xander, a.k.a. the person of 1,000 fucking names. What's going on?
Yo, what's up?
Are you happy to be here?
A little.
Only a little?
If it was different movies to an extent, maybe I'd be a little more excited.
Oops.
I'm half excited if that tells you anything.
All right, so this week it's Cult Cinema Showdown 88. And on deck, we have 3615 Code Père Noël, a.k.a. Deadly Games, a.k.a. Dial Code Santa Claus, a.k.a. Game Over, a.k.a. Hide and Freak. This movie had so many fucking titles.
Who has more titles, me or this movie?
Probably you, but this movie will give you a close second. And it's going up against Bloodbeat. Now, the connection here is that both of these deal with some type of quote-unquote home invasion during Christmas. And both are also connected to the country of France, one being a film directly from France and the other one being a half France production because the director is French and they actually filmed it in Wisconsin.
That explains a lot because that was one of the most Midwestern movies I've ever seen in my fucking life. And I should know, I am indeed from the Midwest. I hail from the land of corn, from Ohio, the land of astronauts.
The land of astronauts and corn.
The land of astronauts and corn.
Do you think corn would have made the second one better?
It would have made it scarier.
Okay. So let's get into Deadly Games, which by looking at our title for this one, we are using the Dial Code Santa Claus title because that's what it's been released as in North America. Now, Vinegar Syndrome actually did a re-release of both of these films, and they restored them extremely well. I will say that. Now, they gave it the Deadly Games : Dial Code Santa Claus, so that's the American re-release as of 2018. This movie originally came out in 1989, but it got like nearly no press or no recognition. And the weird thing about it is that this movie kind of set the basis for what Home Alone was. In fact, the filmmakers threatened legal action for plagiarism.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because the director was just like, they fucking remade my movie. The director of Dial Code Santa Claus was like, they remade my fucking movie. And it's not hard to see how he could see that.
You watch it and you're like, this is just like Home Alone for adults, basically. Okay,
so the plot of this one is this child named Thomas, or we'll just call him Thomas or Tommy for short, because we're American idiots. and Thomas is very, very French. But this child is a fucking genius, but he loves like toys and action films. In fact, like it opens on him waking up with his dog JR to a Rambo film, and then a really crazy knockoff Eye of the Tiger.
That was probably the best knockoff fair use version of that song I've ever heard in my life, though.
That's what I was going to say. He's like, I want to sue the fucking American filmmakers for remaking my movie, but I totally paid a French cover band to cover Eye of the Tiger. I was going to say this also. The reason that he's waking up in this giant, like, airplane, toy, helicopter, whatever the hell it is, I think it's a giant airplane, is that this child's mother, like, he lives in a mansion, and I'm not even kidding. It's a literal fucking mansion because his mother is like the head CEO, like owner tycoon of this fucking toy company.
You are giving that house the understatement of a century by calling it a mansion.
They call it a mansion.
We talked about this when we watched it. That is no mansion. That is the fucking castle from Beauty and the Beast.
It really is, though. It's fucking huge.
That's the biggest house I've ever seen.
King Kong would climb this motherfucker, okay?
King Kong could live in that house. He would have some breathing room.
It's true, though. Like, it's a big fucking house, and this kid lives there with his dog, JR, his mom, and his half-blind diabetic grandfather, which they literally call him half-blinded diabetic a shitload in this movie. And it's even in the plot synopsis. Let's, like, not waste too much time and get into, like, the dirt of this movie, and which the movie doesn't even waste a lot of time getting into the main meat of it, if you will. So Thomas has this friend, and Thomas still believes in Santa Claus, even though his IQ is humongous, and his friend is just like, dude, this shit's fake. And he's using this Minitel online system because now, like, in this time period, it was like 1989, so it was like a big deal that you could do like online ordering back then through these like Minitel servers.
Yeah, I remember that because you had to explain to me what the hell a Minitel was because I'd literally never heard of it before.
Yeah, like before the World Wide Web existed, like a Minitel was basically a direct computer online portal to shopping. Like you could do order placements and stuff. And he was basically just trying to talk to Santa Claus on this, which we forgot to mention at the very open of this movie. It opens on like this trash truck picking up in a neighborhood, and these kids are all snowball fighting, and then we've got this like really like derelict hobo looking guy just walking around being all creepy with these fucking kids. And he's like wanting to join in on their snowball fight, and it's like they immediately recognize that this man is no good.
That man was terrifying. Like you see him, he's looking at the kids and you're like, this man's no good. This man is trouble.
This man is trash. No, seriously though, they just stop, and the one kid is just like, oh, hey, he's not part of our gang. And I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, because he throws the snowball and the kid says that, and then he gets ready to throw a second one, and all the kids are like, fuck this guy, we're going home.
Yeah. I like how they're just, nope, and then they just, nope, in the opposite direction.
Those are some smart fucking kids. That man had creeper written all fucking over him.
I just want to know, like, because this same man comes into play for this movie. So the mom at the dinner table, or at the breakfast table, whenever Thomas and his grandfather get there, the mom comes downstairs and she starts talking about Christmas and all this other stuff. And he's like, and Tommy's talking about how he wants to stay up and see Santa Claus and all this other shit. He's like talking about kidnapping him or capturing him on tape. That way he can be, you know, the first child to see him. And then she warns him. She's like, you don't want to see Santa Claus because then he'll get mad and turn into an ogre. And he's just kind of like, oh, bullshit, whatever.
No, if you remember, that kid had like the fear of God in his eyes. He was like, oh shit, mom's right. If mom said it, it must be true.
If I heard it on the internet, it's true. But going back to the Minitel thing, his friend is fucking telling him, he's like, dude, you don't even know who the fuck you're talking to. You could be talking to some, like, what do you say? He basically said he could be talking to some stranger for all he knows.
He was saying that, like, the guy starts asking him on there,
where do you live and all this other shit?
Yeah, he starts getting asked, like, what's your address? Where do you live? And he's like, the lines must be crossed. You don't know who's on the other side of that. You could be talking to some freaky sex chat.
Oh, yeah, he did say that. But the fucked up part is that he's talking to the fucking guy from the snowball fight. The same dude.
Yeah, and then, like, his time runs out because what was it, like, coin operated?
Yep, and he kept, like, frantically trying to shove coins into this thing, too.
Yeah, because then it, like, disconnects him and it won't take his change, and he starts beating the shit out of the Minitel kiosk.
And then he walks away from it.
And it's like, if him with the kids, with the snowball fight, didn't tell you, this man is scary when it comes to kids. That Minitel thing should have told you something.
He's fucking disturbed. So, this is why I don't understand how he got the job that he gets in a minute, because the mom goes to work and she's just like, oh, tells the entire board of directors, we need to throw giant Christmas party. So they throw this giant fucking Christmas circus party thing, and they zoom down, and the fucking creeper is the guy they hired to play Santa Claus.
To be fair, that's not much different than your average mall Santa, probably.
Yeah, but still.
Except more people watch the mall Santa than the Santa at this fucking Christmas parade festival thing.
Yeah, but it was so fucking hilarious because the way he's dressed, like, he already has like a beard and everything, right? So he's sitting there with like his Santa cloak and his hood and everything and his boots and the sleigh. And he's very obviously like a brunette. So his beard is, it's like his beard is wrapping around the fake Santa beard that they strapped to the front of his face and shit.
His real beard's trying to eat the fake one that they gave him. It's like made out of fucking cotton balls.
They just fucking like licked they're just like, and they just slapped it on his face. Like, here you go.
It's good enough. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Yeah. So he's sitting there and these kids are passing by and he's just waving at them and giving them candy. And like, it's strange because you know the dude's a creeper, but if you, I'm not even defending the guy, but there's like a lot of things that point to he may also be mentally like regressed, where he's not exactly his age mentally, you know, in a sense. Like, he never grew up past, like he's an adult, he can think like an adult, but he never grew past his adolescence in a sense.
I mean, yeah, but it's because it's in an adult body. You're just like, no, thank you.
Yeah, but he's definitely fucked. Like, there's no question. This dude's definitely a fucked up Santa Claus.
I would never trust that man with my children.
Well, he picks this girl up and he puts her on his lap and he starts doing the whole, like, you know, what do you want for Christmas, all this other bullshit. And then he starts creepily, like, stroking her face. And she just looks at him and she just stares at him for like 2 seconds. And then I don't like your face.
And he slaps the fuck out of her.
Like, real fucking hard, dude.
Like, that girl went flying.
Yeah, and he slapped her, and then the boss lady shows up, which is Thomas's mom, and she just looks at him. She's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I mean, she doesn't say it like that, but she's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And she grabs the little girl, and she's just like, where are your parents? And she's like, oh, my mom went inside to shop for a little bit. When they left you alone, they left me with Santa. And then she just looks at him, and she's just like, you're fired. Go to the terminal office or whatever.
Yeah, she's like, you're fired. Go to HR, turn in your uniform.
Get the fuck out of my store.
And she takes the little girl with her, and she's like, you can come with me. And so she's like baby carrying this girl on her shoulder and stuff.
But here's where this film picks up. As he goes to turn his shit in, he's still pissed, obviously, because you see the rage in his eyes. So he gets in the fucking office, and he overhears the loading crew talking about how they have to bring a van load of presents over for the boss's child. And of course he overhears this, so he goes and he fucking sneaks into the back of the van that they're taking all these toys in.
Yeah, because remember, when he's talking to Thomas on the Minitel, he mentions, and they're like, oh, Santa, you didn't get my letter yet? My mom's got it. She's the manager of this toy store in this department store. She'll have it with her. Like a dumbass.
Yeah, so he sneaks off in this fucking van, and they also have this couple that live on the property with them that helps take care of it and everything. They help take care of the property and shit. So he kills the fucking dude that drives over there. Like, he opens the back of the van and he just gets his ass beaten to hell and he just dies.
Yeah, because he beats the guy that was the delivery guy. And then he goes to the door to the like the servants' quarters kind of thing where they're living on site. And they're like, wow, that was smart. They had you dressed like Santa this year. Great idea. And he fucking just kills the shit out of them.
Yeah, he fucking does. And the fucked up part is you don't see the aftermath of it until way later.
Yeah, because you're like going through most of the movie like, maybe he just beat them real bad and they can help him later.
No. Look, I'm going to go ahead and just throw a trigger warning out there right now that we are going to be talking about an animal death. So heads up for that. But Thomas has set up this very intricate camera system in his house where he's got it rigged up to a wrist device and shit. Like, the kid is fucking genius. Like, we keep reiterating it, but it's true. Another thing we forgot to mention also is in the very beginning before he goes downstairs to breakfast, he's got this entire, like, tape track of like war sounds playing where he straps up with all his toys and shit and he looks like literal Rambo, like Kid Rambo. And he's like got this entire like PA system and a walkie-talkie system that he straps to the dog, JR. And he's fucking talking shit to the dog the whole time. He's like, I know where you're at, JR. You're in the laundry and I've got a fucking surprise for you. And he's got like this trap door like in the middle of this fucking hallway where the dog is running and he presses these buttons and the fucking floor falls through. Like doors open up and the dog just and falls into this net that catches him.
Gorp.
Yeah, he fucking gorps and falls the fuck down. But
yeah, because the mom was just like, no more holes in the house. You're turning the parquet into Swiss cheese.
And please unnet the dog.
Yeah. And the dog just looks up like, please.
So Thomas has all these cords running under the dining table in the foyer where the fireplace is. And the homeless dude that dressed as Santa Claus before he gets in the house, in the guest house, finds the snow spray. So he sprays his entire hair and beard snow white.
Maybe they should have done that at the department store.
I don't know. Here it adds an entire level of like psychotic, like it adds an entire psychotic layer to this man, honestly.
Yeah, you got me there.
Because he's grinning the whole fucking time that he's doing this. And it's not like the happy grin. It's the like, I am not me anymore. I am Santa Claus now.
Yeah, because that kid might have gotten unalived.
Yeah. So he comes down the chimney and Thomas sees him and he's like, holy shit, I'm actually going to get him on camera. Well, JR recognizes that this is not anybody that should be in this fucking house. So he growls and he's barking and he's trying to like rip at his boot and shit. Well, he gets the upper hand on him and he fucking grabs this pie server. The Santa Claus dude grabs this fucking pie server and he stabs the dog violently in the fucking neck. Like graphically. We're not talking like this is an off-screen kill. Like this is zoomed in.
You watch it. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Like, he pins the dog down and stabs it in the throat. It's horrible.
Yeah, and the kid can't scream because he's like, oh, fuck.
Mom said he's going to turn into an ogre if he finds out I'm watching him.
Yeah, but the fucked up part is that he bends down and looks Thomas in the fucking face with just blood coming all off of his hand and the pie cutter. And he just stares at him and he says something to the effect of like, run, because he's about to play hide and seek with him.
He basically tells him like, we're going to play a game. You hide and I'll seek. And he's just like, fuck, I'm going to end up like the dog.
So there's a barrage throughout the entire middle part of this movie. And I'm not going to spoil a lot of other shit throughout this thing just because like this movie is something you experience and watch. It's definitely like a unique take on your home invasion / Christmas horror, because throughout this entire next portion, this Santa Claus is chasing and like you go from seeing this child being like full of wonder and imagination to fighting literally for his fucking life. Because at one point he's been trying to help his grandfather fix this vehicle in the garage and they figure out, okay, we can take this because he finds the grandpa and he's like, we got to leave. They get to the car and this scene is freaky as shit to me. So they get in the car and they can't start it. And the Santa Claus is just staring them because he knows that they can't leave. So he's got this giant fucking sledgehammer. And dude, he beat the shit out of this vehicle like it was a fucking Street Fighter bonus level.
Yeah, he starts beating it and Thomas is like trying to get his grandpa to roll the windows up on his side and he's trying to roll the windows up on their side and they're frantically like trying to hit the locks on the car so he can't get in. And then he just fucking takes the hammer and just hits the windows and the windshield and they're like, oh shit, we got to get out of here because we might die.
Dude, he throws the entire front bumper through the goddamn windshield. Like he fucking Incredible Hulks the front end of this bitch off and just goddamn right through the fucking window. He throws it right through the fucking windshield.
Yeah, like the first time we watched this, it took me a good couple minutes to realize that the grandpa even got out of the car because I thought he killed the grandpa, and I got really, really upset for a minute.
Oh, me too. I got pissed because I was like, they're gonna kill. I was mad because they were gonna kill him off. At first, I thought they killed him, so I was pissed off that they would have even like. First off, they killed the dog. Second, they're gonna kill the blind diabetic grandfather.
Exactly. It's like,
why are you picking on the weak people?
Why do you want to destroy me emotionally, movie?
To destroy Christmas.
I thought this was a Christmas movie.
No, it's not. It's fucking oof.
You lied to me.
But at one point, like, Thomas winds up on the roof of the house crying for his mom. And it's at this point, you're just like, God, this kid is fucked.
That part made me cry both times.
Well, the mom is too busy counting the goddamn money that they are making from the Christmas sale because she's a fucking workaholic. And her boyfriend, I guess, is like her assistant or works with her alongside the rest of the company because he's like, no, go home to your child. I will do all the auditing, blah, blah, blah.
And she's like, that's a great idea. And she kind of gives him this look like, and that's why you're my assistant that I'm dating.
Right.
In secret, my child should never know.
So the mom tries to drive home. She winds up crashing her car off the road. And she's got a cell phone, mind you. She's got a fucking like a car phone from back in the 80s. Thomas, like the phone cords and everything at the house have been cut. So he tried to like send a short message from his computer system as a fax, which it makes it there, but nobody looks at it until it's too fucking late. Yeah. So yeah, at some point, Thomas gets his fucking leg sliced by the Santa Claus dude. And he catches Thomas and he just holds him like he's gripping the shit out of him. And he's just like, I win, you lose. Now I'll go hide myself. Now you're it.
Oh my God. When they do the like montage kind of scene where he fixes his own leg back up, that was so fucking painful to watch. Like he's got a belt in his mouth to like grit his teeth down on while he's cleaning this thing out.
Oh, yeah, like, because he saws up a whole ass table and makes a makeshift, like, splint for his leg. Because at this point, he gets mad, like, and he has that PA system because, like, I think this is after that he's already locked the grandfather in this fucking, like, heat sauna and he escapes. Because that was pretty fucking funny. Like, he's rolled up like a burrito in this blanket and he has his grandfather, like, speaking on a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, because he's got him in, like, a different room and he puts the one walkie-talkie in the sauna and has him sit there and go, oh no, I'm trapped. Help, I'm so scared. Ah. But
it's hilarious because when he goes in there, he shuts the door behind him for whatever reason, and then Thomas like unrolls himself out of this rug and then just kicks the door shut and jams a bar between the fucking handle and the other piece of the door.
That was just like the smartest, sneakiest thing I saw in that whole movie, and there's a lot of smart, sneaky things in that movie.
Kid Rambo.
Absolutely Kid Rambo.
But once he gets caught and he's told that he's it and he's like splinting his leg up and shit, there's a scene that we're getting to with this montage that I'm not gonna lie, it wrecks me every time I watch it because it is sad because there's like this, I don't remember if it's the Bonnie Tyler song or not, but there's a song on there that plays and he gets on this loudspeaker and he's like telling the Santa Claus, he's like, I know this house better than you do. You don't know where I'm at, and that's because I know the house better. He's like, you killed my dog and you tried to hurt my grandpa and you hurt me. He's like, tonight I will. What did he say? He said something like, he's like, I'm going to make you hurt or something like that.
Yeah, he said something along those lines because he's like, Santa, what the fuck? Why did you do this? What is wrong with you?
Yeah, he was like, I'll make sure you hurt. And it's like, oh, fuck. And this montage is sad because like he's carrying like, if this is not a dog like being very well trained to play dead, this is the most realistic looking dead animal I've ever seen because its tongue is hanging out and everything. And the kid is just, I mean, understandably so, he's 10. He's like snot, ugly crying carrying this dog down the hallway, and he buries him in the dirt of his basement. And it's sad and bittersweet at the same time, because like he makes a makeshift like burial cross out of one of his toy katana swords and a toy knife that he's got. And
he like duct tapes the toy katana and the toy Bowie knife together and does like one of those.
He does the Bruce Campbell from Evil Dead, where he like spikes that motherfucker
like
in.
The fucking battlefield cross on there.
Yeah. And he buries the dog, and then he goes after Santa Claus with these really crazy contraptions, like crossbows with hand darts and explosives and all kinds of shit. Like,
yeah, like he's firing like those suction cup darts, and he's setting fire to the suction cups before he shoots them at him.
Well, he's got the floor covered in lighter fluid and shit, so he's like setting this dude on fire, shooting him in the neck with these fucking darts. And at one point he has like this homemade gunpowder grenade that he straps into this toy train and sets it off towards the Santa. But by the time all this has happened, he's hidden his grandfather in this giant medieval suit of armor so that he can't get, hurt. And
plus, it's the easiest way to hide a whole ass adult.
Right. And by the time he's done all this shit, he has tried to escape, I think, in one of the police cars that had shown up, because one of the cops gets murdered by the Santa Claus too.
Everybody except this kid and the grandpa somehow has died running into this fucking man.
Literally run into him and explode. Yeah. So a gun comes into play, and he tries to drive away in this car, and the Santa Claus is in the back, and he's just like, you're cheating. Like whenever he tried to run or whatever, he was like, yeah, you're cheating. So they crash the car, and he runs back to the mansion, and he trips over, and the kid is pointing the gun at him. Tommy's pointing the gun at Santa, and it's this really fucked up thing where like the kid like does not want to shoot him.
Did he shoot him in the leg or something at first? And then he's point
blank at him at this point.
Yeah, because the kid's on the ground with the gun, and the guy is falling over at that point, and he's like in front of him, and he's just holding it, and he's just like ugly crying again. He's just like, why did you do this? What? Why?
And then he just shoots him, and he screams no, but he shoots the Santa Claus, and he goes back in the mansion, and he's flipping the fuck out because his grandfather didn't get his insulin. So he's got to like find this insulin, and he eventually does, but he barely gets his grandfather's insulin done in time, because at one point you think the grandpa dies.
Yeah, like all of this house, and it's like, why didn't you plan better on where you keep the medication in this house in case of an emergency situation?
Oh, it's not just that, but this kid is like, to him, he's losing everything. He's literally lost his dog. He thinks he's losing his grandpa. He doesn't know where the fuck his mom is at. He's killed Santa Claus to the best of his knowledge. He's killed Santa Claus.
Didn't we basically find out that his dad's dead too?
Yeah.
So the only people that were in the house is either dead or he thinks they're dead. Hell, if I remember right, doesn't he find the caretakers?
Yeah, when he finds the fucking medication, that's how he finds the caretakers slaughtered to hell and back.
And he's like, oh fuck, everybody's dead.
Yeah, so he shoots the Santa, and whenever he saves his grandfather, he's frozen over at this point, like damn near frozen over, the Santa Claus is, and he's walking in just bleeding out, reaching for him the whole fucking time, trying to get to him, and he's flipped out trying to get away from him. And the grandpa, who's blind as shit, takes the gun and yells for Thomas to get down, and he shoots Santa, and he dies, but it's off screen because his mom, Julie, comes back home. And the mom does not know what the fuck is going on. And all he can do is just, he's shaking, and he will not break eye contact with the homeless dude's dead body.
He will not look away from him, and it's so upsetting. Like,
because he's just said, it's my fault. I wanted to see Santa. That was his last lines in this movie.
That is how this fucking movie ends. And then the sad song from the fucking montage when he buries his dog plays over the credits.
Yeah, and it's like, oh my God, like, this kid is going to be fucked for the rest of his life. There is no amount of therapy that is going to fix this kid.
This mom better use some of their fucking Beauty and the Beast castle money and get this kid the best therapist her French money can buy.
Stop it. Get some help.
All of it.
That is dial code Santa Claus. Has holiday season come around and you don't know what to get as a gift or a stocking stuffer? Ho ho ho, fellas! Naughty or nice, 'tis the season to perform.
Manscaped's best-selling product is the Performance Package 4.0, which is at the top of every man's wish list this year.
That's right, Devin. Inside, you'll find their lawnmower body trimmer, the best trimmer on the market for your balls, butt, and body, and the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer.
Let's not forget their famous liquid formulations, the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver Ball Toner to maximize your ball hygiene routine.
Get the Performance Package now to receive 2 free gifts from Manscaped. The Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag.
The dads can't stop talking about this. The teens secretly buy this. And the women will love you for it.
Now here are our picks for Manscaped's surefire winning stocking stuffers. The Manscaped 2-in-1 Shampoo and Conditioner, which just launched. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone on this one, guys.
The Manscaped Cologne-infused Body Wash.
The Shears 2.0 Luxury 4-piece Nail Kit.
Crop Mops Ball Wipes for your stanky balls.
The Manscaped Signature Cologne. These formulations are all vegan, cruelty-free, dye-free, sulfate-free, and paraben-free, so you know these products are legit.
Make sure you hurry to their site to ensure these wild gifts show up before the holiday season.
And while you're at it, get 20% off and free shipping with our code SUPER at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with our code SUPER at manscaped.com.
Whether this is for your partner, dad, brother, friend, get them something they will actually use and is almost sure to get a laugh.
Wait, that's the evil laugh. That's the wrong kind of laugh. What a gift. Nice. Get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with our code SUPER. Again, 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with our code SUPER. Be the ballsiest gift giver this year with Manscaped.
I'm Rob.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Joe.
I love it.
I think it's kind of meh.
And I've never seen it.
We're keeping up with the Cardassians.
A podcast covering 7 seasons of Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
But that's not it. We go down the wormhole.
Of pop culture, life, and Garrick.
New episodes every Monday.
On your favorite podcasting platforms. You can also interact with the show on Twitter at CardassiansPod.
And just like the Ferengi, we can't wait to stroke your lobes.
Now let's get into Bloodbeat, something that's a little less sad and a little more like sad, because it's sad that this movie was made.
Like, this movie wasn't terrible, but it also wasn't good.
Yeah. So this is a 1982 supernatural slasher film directed by, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this guy's name.
I remember we listened to the man say his own name, and I couldn't figure out how he said his own fucking name.
But it made me laugh because, like, this is another Vinegar Syndrome release that did really well, but they were like, hey, watch the movie with intro from director. And usually whenever you watch the movie with an intro from the director, it's very insightful. This was none of those things. The director looked like he didn't want to be there, and they were just filming him on, like, videotape. It wasn't even, like, real.
Yeah, he's just like, hey, so this is my name. This is how they write my name at the start of the movie. Have fun watching my movie, guys.
And that's literally it.
Fuck this movie.
So I have to say this right off the bat. I've seen this movie a couple of times, and the first time I watched this movie, it was very shit quality. This most recent time on this, I'm not even shitting you, this beautiful re-rendering that they remastered from the 35 millimeter negatives looked like a fucking soap opera. Like, that's how clean the footage looked. And the funny part about it is that I don't think the man realized, and this is true, he didn't realize he was supposed to be shooting it for a theatrical release. He shot it for television.
So that's why it looked like I should be watching it on, like, Lifetime.
I wouldn't go with Lifetime. This is like some kind of... Dude, Redneck Zombies had better production.
This movie, like, the further we got in, if you cut out, like, some of, like, the stupid parts, which, I mean, that would be, like, what, about a third of the movie? It felt like we were hitting all of the basic plot points of a Lifetime movie.
This woman named Sarah goes with her boyfriend Ted to this farmhouse in Wisconsin for Christmas, and Ted's mother has this boyfriend, and he's got a sister as well. So there's like 5 of them there, and the mom like immediately has like this weird psychic connection with Sarah, and it's so weird because she doesn't fit in whatsoever. Sarah is like the oddball out the whole fucking time.
You left out the whole beginning part where it felt like we were watching one of those like TV hunting shows.
Oh God. Yeah, because the boyfriend's out in the woods with a bow and arrow fucking like hunting and shit. And it's these long range shots where it's like, I swear to God, it had to be 4 different shots away from him where they just zoomed in. Like one is a zoom in on his pocket. And then another one is zooming in on his hand. And the other one is zooming in on him drawing the arrow back. And then another shot of him just in position to strike.
You forgot when they did the zoom in on his sweet ass Walkman.
I forgot about that. And that's what made us laugh so much because the fucking score stabs in this, like when the music is hitting and you just hear like, dong, 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 dong. Da, 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 da. He like reaches down and adjusts the volume on his Walkman and he adjusts his headphones. And I'm like, oh my God, is he listening to this as we're listening to it?
He's listening to the Sting. That is his hunting music.
Yeah.
That is his psych up mix.
He's like, look at this sweet Walkman I got for last Christmas. I hope I got the CD Walkman for this Christmas.
I ordered this through the Sears Robot catalog.
He's excited.
That is a sweet ass Walkman.
He had like the... What did he have? Like the cotton, like not the cotton, like those fuzzy, like yellow. You know what I'm talking about? The
He
headphones.
had the black Walkman with the matching black headphones, and he had like this olive drab fabric wrapped around the top part of it. And I'm just like, of all things to make me feel nostalgic for my childhood was that fucking Walkman. Because when I was a kid, I had the yellow one. That my mom and dad had given me, like, of theirs. They're like, here you go. You're 4. We can trust you with a cassette tape player.
Just rip all the tape out of the ass end of it.
I used to play, you know, the Big Bird that they had where you put the tapes and it would read to you like a fucking Teddy Ruxpin? I would put my Big Bird tapes in the Walkman when we were on car rides because I couldn't take Big Bird with me. Because after a while, you know, your parents look at you and like, can you do something that's quiet? You're 4 and this is annoying.
This is a whole ass man and it's still annoying.
What do you want to bet that he's listening to like Big Bird tapes on there while he's hunting?
He probably is. He probably shoots like a deer. Like he probably shoots an arrow straight through a deer's neck and you just hear wah, 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 wah.
Insert Big Bird voice. Turn the page now.
Oh my God. But yeah, so he hunts and all this other bullshit, and it's weird because so the mom and the boyfriend could not be more opposite. She is like painting and up her own ass about all this shit, and he's like a quote-unquote good old country boy.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought the boyfriend was kind of cool.
I wasn't making fun of him in that sense. I think, if anything, the mom's a total cunt.
I would not have wanted to stay in that house at Christmas time.
Yeah, the mom's a bitch.
She made me uncomfy.
But Sarah decides to go accompany them on hunting. All the dudes. And they're about to shoot this deer, and she flips the fuck out. All of them have their weapons drawn on this one deer. It's like, which one of y'all are going to shoot him? And they all shoot at it. And she's like, no! And runs away. And they're all pissed at her. So Ted chases after her and he's fucking angry.
And I don't even know why they would have brought her to go hunting with them when the brother and the sister and her all pull up in the truck to get there for the house. The boyfriend's got a deer that he had gotten at the beginning of the movie. He had just finished field dressing this thing. It's hanging up in the tree. And she's just got this look of horror on it. And it's like, lady, you might as well just go back home. This is not the place for you.
Bruh. She just looks at the deer. Bruh. Like, fuck this. She runs into this fucking guy. And he's been gutted.
Like that deer.
Yeah. But that's never explained. That's the one thing that I thought was ridiculous. I get where they went with the rest of the movie. That could have been reason why. But just nobody thought anything of this. They didn't call the cops. They didn't do shit.
You don't need 911 in the woods.
It doesn't matter. They didn't call anybody. They didn't do shit. Like,
I think they called an ambulance at some point because they're like, oh shit, this guy might die.
Dude,
we can't do anything about this here.
I'll be honest, I don't really remember. I don't recall because, like, the rest of everything else that happens in this movie is so fucking dumb.
It was the only thing I saw, and I was like, wow, that's very responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite part is? Where this all happens and Ted thinks he's just going to go in there and fuck his girlfriend later.
Oh, that was so fucking gross.
Because she's sitting there like, I don't want to do this because she's having visions of his mom watching them through her paintings.
Yeah, because, like, when they get in there, he's giving her, like, the sheets for the guest room and stuff, and they're trying to fix up the bed and everything, and he's like, oh, this is the perfect time to fucking make out. Hell yeah. And she's just like, no, I don't want to do that.
And he's like, oh, come on. And we're just like sitting there going, dude, can you like fucking not be a goddamn creeper? Like, stop.
And I mean, like, he mentions at one point his mom is in her studio in the room below that.
Like, literally under them.
Why the hell would you want to fool around with your girlfriend when your mom is literally below you and could hear everything? Because this is like an old-ass farmhouse. Those floors are like paper thin.
Yeah, you could hear a mouse fart.
And then she starts freaking out because she finally is like, fine, whatever, I guess. And then she starts having these visions and she's like, no, we can't. I feel like your mom's watching me as she's sitting there.
With one whole titty popping out.
Yeah. She stops mid-makeout session. One whole titty. Hello.
It was a pretty nice looking boob, though. I gotta say.
It wasn't bad.
No.
Tasteful nude.
That's right. But later that evening, everybody else is just kind of like, dude, this day has sucked balls. The dad has gotten in an argument because, you know, he's just like, I've been trying to make this a home and I've been trying to be there, blah, blah, blah. And you're up your own ass with your paintings and blah, blah, blah. And I need affection and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, is this like...
He's like, the past 6 months, you've done nothing but hole yourself up in here with your paints and your drawings.
With your paints.
And your art. And I need affection too. And it's just like, yeah, why you gotta blow me off for art, dude?
It's so funny. With your paints.
With your paints.
You got caught with your paints down. But yeah, like, so he goes and his answer to that is when the brother and sister are playing Monopoly and their sweet as fuck kitty cat is just laid out on this thing. And we're just like, oh my God, another animal.
It was the best acting in the movie. That cat was the best cat he could be.
He was being the bestest kitty cat and the fucking husky dog later.
Oh my gosh. The animals were the best actors in the movie.
Right. So they're all sitting there and the dad boyfriend is like listening to the TV or something on headphones and...
Yeah, he had like one of those like little portable TVs in the family room and he has one of those big ass fucking headphone sets on, and he pulls like a couch cushion up and just pops it up against the fireplace and he's like pout watching the TV and I'm just like, this is uncomfortable. I'm watching someone passively aggressive watch the TV as the mom sits on the couch and passive aggressively reads a magazine.
Next to the new girlfriend who is also in a bathrobe reading another magazine while the brother and sister play Monopoly on the fucking floor, all in the same room.
One thing that threw me off through the entire end half of this movie, the sister is in like this giant oversized Wisconsin t-shirt for college. I don't know if she was wearing pants.
She had some really high leggings on and that's about it. But when this part of the movie happens, the new girl, Sarah, she goes upstairs to lay down. And
she had a rough day.
Yeah, so she dreams about finding the samurai armor in a trunk next to the bed that she's in. While this is happening, the spirit of a samurai in full garb is murdering the shit out of this neighboring couple.
As you do in the country in the middle of the Midwest.
At fucking midnight. I don't even know what the fuck is happening. But
at Christmas.
But they're fucking sitting there. Like the dude is in bed and he's in bed in shorts, tube socks, a t-shirt, a robe, and a fucking trucker hat with his big goddamn unclean mustache that he probably hasn't washed since the 70s.
The trucker hat stays on during sex.
It's fucking disgusting. So like they got their dog, their awesome husky dog, and he's being a total dick to his wife, where he's just like, "Oh, you need to get my fucking." What did he want? He wanted his. What was he eating?
She came in the room and he's like, "Where's my tea?"
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "What are you talking about? I want my tea. Get me my tea, lady."
Where's the tea, sis? Spill the tea. God damn it.
So she comes in with like a whole fucking platter. Like she's got a tin of cookies on there and like the sugar and the milk.
And she's got Mrs. Potts and Chip on there and everything.
And she brings it in and he's like, "Where the hell's my juice? Where's my orange juice?" And she's like, "You asked for tea. Woman, get me my orange juice."
Yeah, he's like, "Woman, get my orange juice." And she's just like, "I'll get you fucking orange juice." And it's not just orange juice. It's that nasty ass like Metamucil powder type of orange juice. It's like some fucking like Tang before Tang was a thing.
It's not even Tang because Tang's good.
I know, but what I'm saying is
this shit is so bad. I had it once at a babysitter's house. It was literally the worst.
This is like some fucking MRE orange juice or some shit, dude. It's like powder, like just mix it. Remember you used to watch those fucking MRE channels on YouTube?
Yeah,
That's what this looks like though.
Except those are fun to watch at sleepy time.
Yeah, but that's funny because that's what this looks like. And it's not even like she's probably just like, I'm not gonna get him the real orange juice. I'm gonna get him this bullshit orange juice that we haven't used since the 70s, around the same time that he hasn't washed his mustache.
You'll get the good orange juice when you wash that fucking mustache.
That's right. So she's in the kitchen and she turns around to a whole goddamn katana blade right through her stomach. And the look on her face is just priceless because she's not even making a noise. She's just like, ooh.
Meanwhile, the dude's just laying in bed,
oblivious as shit,
petting on the dog. And he's like, "Where the fuck's that woman with my orange juice?"
Yeah, where's the woman with my goddamn orange juice?
So he gets up. He's like, "Fuck it. I'll go get my own damn orange juice."
But it makes me laugh because when he rounds the corner, so he reminds me of those people that, just in case anybody else is around to see it, has to act like he's really devastated that his wife has been stabbed to death with a katana, because he rolls the corner and he just goes, "Oh my god." Just, "Oh my god." And he fucking bends down. He's like, oh my god. And then he turns around and then the samurai is just walking after him and he trips, busts his ass over her fucking body.
Why couldn't she die somewhere convenient?
Yeah.
Like outside.
Right. And then as he's rounding the corner, you can see it's a POV of the samurai, and you can see the fucking camera equipment shadow in the shot as it's happening. That's how remastered this is. And he runs outside, and the samurai slams his face through the fucking glass of the door where Sarah and Ted and everybody are at, because the fucking dad and I think his name's Gary. Yeah, Gary and Ted open the fucking door, and they open the door and it zooms in on them opening the door, and then it zooms into the dead guy's face, just blood filled, and he's just
that's
got
the
this
kind of face he's got. He's got the
the blank expression. He looks like when you tell Dr. Phil something that baffles him.
So 90% of the things that he hears that isn't, cut out gluten and you'll solve all your problems.
Well, it looks like they zoom in on him and he's just in the fucking door, pissed that nobody came to his rescue. So when they see him, he just looks at them and goes, "Thank you for that."
He's got that look on his face like they open the door. "Hey, neighbor, you got any of that good orange juice? My wife's got that shitty powder stuff at the house.
And I heard you folks can afford that fancy Tropicana."
"Brother, can you spare a cup of orange juice?"
Brother. Can I have a munch of orange? He's fucking...
"I need my vitamin C."
Yeah, he needed his vitamin C. He needed the vitamin C his way to another fucking house, because god damn, he's bringing the fucking samurai spirit there.
He needed some vitamin B. The B stands for blood.
Yeah.
Because he was dead.
So... yeah, they all start getting attacked by this poltergeist. But this is what blows my fucking mind.
Pulverizer geist.
Yes. Apparently, the brother and sister are also have like these weird psychic powers.
Because of fucking course they do, because their mom's fucking weird.
I forgot about the people at the campfire that he fucking kills.
Oh my god, I forgot about that too, because the one guy's just like staring into the distance and the one guy doesn't know how to play a harmonica.
He kills the shit out of the one guy that goes to piss, and it makes me laugh because he comes back, and I don't even remember the guy's name, but they're just like, Sammy? And he just falls in front of him, and they're just like, oh.
They're like, bro, you okay?
Yeah. Well, they all get fucking killed, and then Ted and Sarah fuck again. Like, for real this time, but that's the other part I forgot. Every time the samurai kills somebody, Sarah orgasms like a motherfucker.
It was so weird. It's like, what the fuck is going on here?
I don't...
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah, I don't know, but at one point, Gary bludgeons the samurai with an axe, and he comes back with the armor. And then Kathy and Dolly are like, you need to burn this. And he's like, hell no, it's too valuable.
This is fucking cool shit, man. I'm not burning this.
Yeah. So then later, Ted sees Sarah burning this entire, like, all these photos in the bedroom, but with, like, pyrokinesis. And then she fucking throws them across the room telepathically or telekinetically. She tosses it across the fucking room. And then Kathy rolls in. The mom is finally just like, all right, fuck this bitch. Sarah puts the goddamn armor on, and Kathy basically comes to realize that Sarah is this, like, human reincarnation of this fucking warrior.
It took me way longer than it should have for me to realize, oh, she's the samurai guy.
Yeah. Well, she stabs Kathy to death, and Gary's dead too, because she kills his ass.
Oh no, he dead.
Right, so the brother and sister come into the room, and they don't even tell you what their powers are, but all of a sudden, she expels her power that we didn't know she had, the sister. And Ted looks like he's making the worst O face / I'm shitting my pants as we speak face.
The sister's like gritting her teeth and stuff, and she's just like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. She's got that kind of face. And the brother just looks like he needs new pants.
Yeah, so I love how they defeat her. It is the most, like, there's a word that I'm looking for. It is so just nothing.
This was a nothing burger of an ending.
It was just anticlimactic as fuck, dude, because, like, the house, like, the way they did it, like, it's the 80s, so the effects are really shit. It's like the house is black, and then the windows are all orange, and then the sky is black somehow at the same time. And we're supposed to believe that they've had some kind of force go through this entire house because she just disappears. Like, they manifested their power to the point that she just disappeared. She just poof, gone into thin air. And then they just leave the fucking house. They walk off, and then the credits roll. And the only questions that we had after this movie ended was, what happened to the dog and the cat?
The only other question I had is, why the fuck does this one girl still have no real pants on? It is winter in Wisconsin, and she got no pants.
I don't know, but Dial Code Santa Claus absolutely beats the shit out of this movie.
Hands fucking down. Bloodbeat was fucking stupid.
It's fun to watch. Like, if you want something dumb to watch.
It was fun in a dumb way, and I got to see a cat.
Right.
Best damn acting in that whole fucking movie.
But when I say that Dial Code Santa Claus is a fucking hidden gem of a Christmas movie, I really mean that with everything that I can possibly convey. Like, if you're out there and you have a Shudder subscription, please, for the love of everything, check this movie out. It's absolutely worth your time. It is in French, so it's going to be subtitled, but it's absolutely worth it. It's probably one of the more well-shot films that I've seen in quite some time. Like,
that movie was beautiful.
Yeah, the camera, like the cinematography was well done, the lighting was well done, everything about it was great. Hell, if you want to own the movie, there's still some copies at Vinegar Syndrome's website. You can find it on Amazon.
I was recommending it to, like, coworkers. I'm sitting there like, this movie will fucking destroy you, but my God, it's so good.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those. So if you want to check that out, like, both of these movies you can check out. And I will say this, I think Bloodbeat is on Amazon. I could be wrong, but if you don't feel like it, it's also on YouTube, but you're not going to get the pristine quality that we have with the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray cut of Dial Code Santa Claus is on Shudder, but I have to say the transfer on that one was extremely well done too.
If I wouldn't have known that movie was made in like the 80s, you would not have been able to convince me that was a movie from like 89, because that looked like it was shot mid-90s.
I just realized something.
Yes.
I need to call Devin real fast.
Hello?
Hey, dude.
Hey.
Hey, you gonna come do the show with me next week?
No?
Are you still pissed about that whole Home Alone thing?
Yeah. Why would... What? Dude, I gotta go. I'm trying to sleep, alright? I gotta work tomorrow.
What if I told you that we're gonna be covering a Ninja Turtles project next week?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Yeah. I'll do it. Oh, what day do you want to record?
How about Tuesday? Does Tuesday work for you?
Yeah, I can do Tuesday.
Awesome, that sounds great. Well, I'm still sorry for putting you through the Home Alone shit.
You really should be.
I really meant it when I told you last week. I was sorry. I really am.
Alright. I'm sorry, man.
It's okay.
I've been a
dude.
dick.
No, it's all good, dude.
Alright, man. I'll be there on Tuesday.
I'll see you then, buddy.
Alright, man.
Later. Man, he's gonna kill me when he realizes it's We Wish You a Turtle Christmas.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that, everybody. We'll be back next week with a lovely Christmas special from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, wherein they try to find a Christmas present for their dad, Splinter. And this isn't the Ninja Turtles you think that we're talking about. This is the fucking coming out of their shells tour Ninja Turtles, the Abomination Ninja Turtles.
The Nightmare Fuel Turtles.
We may or may not have a little alcohol involved with this episode. Just be prepared.
You might need to.
Well, if you want to get prepared, it's on YouTube. It's only like 20 minutes or so. It's barely half an hour, which I'm kind of happy about.
Hey, at least it's short.
True.
So you'll only suffer a little bit.
Visit supermediabrospodcast.com for past, present, and future episodes. Visit oddpodsmedia.com to listen to all the other shows on the OddPods Media Network. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on social media. Leave us a rating and review at GoodPods, Podchaser, or on Apple Podcasts. Buy some goddamn merch. It's cold. Well, not here, but it's probably cold where you're at. And we have raglan tees and we have hoodies. And they're really, really comfy.
They're so nice.
They're comfortable. Thanks for hanging out and doing this with me.
No problem.
I'm sorry you had to sit through Bloodbeat.
I have sat through worse.
I know you have. You've sat through goddamn near every movie that has been covered on this podcast.
Yeah.
Like a fucking champ.
If they weren't ones that I was physically here for, you would send me the link to them and you're like, so we're going to watch this movie over the internet. And it would 9 times out of 10 be something that had hidden gem qualities, but also was fucking garbage.
Like Birdemic.
That movie, there is a special place in hell for that movie.
What about Birdemic 2?
Fuck Birdemic 2. The only thing that I could even compare that to in my head, the one time I threw a Halloween party, we watched Zombies. That movie is trash too.
Yeah, this is also the same podcast that has covered Tsunami. But anyway, that's another story from another day that we did before. Thanks again, everybody, for listening this week. This has been Cult Cinema Showdown 88, Deadly Games vs. Bloodbeat, episode 202. Until next week, I've been Midnight Agent Raw.
And I was Puck.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I was.
Shades on.
We're off.